YouTube, what's going on? It's Mesa Sean back at it with some Destiny 2. All right, folks, we got a ton of Destiny 2 news to go over. We have an updated roadmap, and we're going to get some of the features coming with Forsaken a little bit early, about a week early. We got some new gameplay coming out of Game Informer, and folks, we need to talk about the time to kill, because it does look a bit faster. I don't know if it's the weapon this guy is using, or have they actually changed it, because we know they have mentioned it a few times that they are considering it at some point this year. All right, let's get into the news, guys. So Deej just published a blog with an updated roadmap. Now, Solstice of Heroes is going to kick off next Tuesday on the 31st and will end on August 28th. Well, on August 28th, we're getting a preload of Forsaken, but check it out, guys. Look what's on the menu. Weapon slot changes. And it's worth noting that these weapon slot changes, as well as a number of things on the roadmap, they are for everyone, not just folks that own Forsaken. Now, this is going to be really interesting because when we do this pre-download, if you own Forsaken, but also get this update 2.0.0, and the weapon slot changes hit, we're going to see a lot of our favorite weapons start moving around. I believe they said something like Hawthorne's Field Fort Shotgun is going to become a kinetic. So we're going to log in that day, and things will be moved around. I am guessing snipers are going to move around, shotguns are going to move around, fusions are going to move around. I got a feeling grenade launchers and rockets, they're probably going to stay in the power slot. Speculate in the comment section. I can't see them moving them to the energy or kinetic slot. Now, also with update 2.0.0, we are getting milestones and challenge updates. We're getting director updates. Remember, they're going to completely rework the way the director is. We know we'll have a separate tab on the bottom of the left-hand screen, which we don't have an image of yet. That's just what Game Informer reported, that will have Gambit, Crucible, Vanguard, and so forth. Heroic story missions, those are coming early too, August 28th. Bulk shader deletion and 200 additional vault slots. But keep in mind where it says weapon slot changes and bulk shader deletion and also 200 additional vault slots, those can be subject to change. So let's hope they get these rolled out on August 28th. So continuing along with this developmental roadmap, which is for everybody, for year 2, gear collections, in-game triumphs, we have weapon randomization, we have a mod system update, 3 new Crucible maps, and then you get 1 more if you are on PlayStation. We have a new Crucible mode. We're going to go through that in a little bit. Power is going to matter in Iron Banner and Trials, in-game lore, new bounties, and more. Now, Deej did also specify in this blog, it should be noted that not everything in update 2.0.0.1 will become available on September 4th. There are special events like Iron Banner that will be scheduled at a later date. During the season, new Crucible maps will enter matchmaking playlists. We also indicated the fact that one of these new maps will be a PlayStation exclusive. Deej did also, over on Twitter after he posted this, said that we will have a stream to put on our calendars tomorrow. And well, by the time you watch this video, the This Week at Bungie will be hitting later on today, and I will be streaming it live today where we can all go through it. But yeah, we will be getting one more stream, it looks like, between now and the release of Forsaken. But I myself am really looking forward to those weapon slot changes hitting a full week before Destiny 2 Forsaken comes out. Mainly because, man, I want to change up my playstyle. You know, in D1, whether it was PvE or PvP, I always ran a longbow synthesis, god roll of course, or a 1,000-yard stare, usually an exotic for my primary, and then a machine gun for my heavy. I really want to get used to using a sniper again. Using the Whisper of the Worm, I'm like, God, well, not that I was that great in sniping in D1, but man, I am terrible with using the Whisper of the Worm. So really looking forward to these changes. Let me know in the comment section. Are you going to be rocking the D2 system, or are you looking forward to changing things up and, I don't know, going back to the D1 system, or, as everyone said a million times, go crazy and run 3 shotguns? Now, Scott Taylor and Steve Cotton did say that with weapon random rolls, and also, of course, the mod system update, that we really will be able to customize all of our weapons. I really hope in this reveal stream that we get a look at how the new mod system is going to work. Scott did kind of hint at that we will be able to somehow mod our year 1 guns, but the year 1 guns, as we know, no random rolls. So I'm really curious as to, can we throw in another perk to a year 1 gun? Can I make my Nameless Midnight any better? Can I make my Better Devils even more better? That's redundant. Better. better. I want a better devil. You know what? I want a better devils with Outlaw on it. What do you guys want? You know what? If you could pick a year one gun and add a random perk to it, let's say Luck in the Chamber. Can they bring that back? What perk would you add to it? Now, before we get into this new gameplay from Game Informer, let's do some housekeeping here via DestinyRoundup.com. Link will be in the description. So we know that Solstice of Heroes is going to start on the 31st and it's going to end on August 28th. He also said there will be some changes to how strikes, heroic strikes, work when Forsaken releases. Some modifiers will be updated and some changes to how the activity feels as you increase your power level. They'll have more info in the coming weeks. We also have some clarifications with regards to Gambit. So if you become an invader, you do not get a damage buff. You only get an overshield. I guess a few people were confused with some of the footage they've seen, but no, you don't get a damage buff, just an overshield. Also, when you're fighting the Primeval, if you get killed by an invader, you will add health to the Primeval, and they can invade every 20 seconds. Also, if you get killed by an ad while fighting the Primeval, no, that's not going to add health to the Primeval. Only death from an invader is going to give some health to the Primeval. So let's go over this gameplay coming out of Game Informer, where we see a new game mode called Breakthrough. Now, this is a competitive mode, 4v4. But before we talk about that, let's talk about time to kill. So Josh Hamrick and John Wisniewski were on Crucible Radio, and they are entertaining, I think, the idea at some point of adjusting the time to kill, but that would take a lot of work. So I think rather than doing that, they're just kind of bringing everything up. But you're going to see this character here using this auto rifle, which looks to me, and I'm going to link everything in the description if you want to see the full raw gameplay, looks like a 600 round per minute auto rifle, but it seems to be doing more critical damage. Now, that could be just a perk on the weapon, or did they change the time to kill? You know, as to Cross, I'm going to link his channel in the description too. In his video going over this, he was saying that criticals normally do 17s when it comes to 600 round per minute auto rifles, and the body damage is about 13. But here we're seeing the same body damage, and we're seeing 21s for criticals. So at this point, I don't know what to make of it. Is it just the auto rifle, or did they adjust the time to kill for this particular build? Remember, all the footage that you saw from myself when I got to play and record Gambit, and anything you're seeing out of Game Informer, it's all a development build. Everything is subject to change before Forsaken actually hits. So this game mode Breakthrough will not be available when Forsaken ships, but let me read you their thoughts and opinions on this game mode from Game Informer. As with other modes in the competitive playlist, Breakthrough is less about running around and hoping you win simply by scoring more kills or capturing zones, and more about working together with a team to accomplish an objective. In this case, it's not about wiping out the enemy team. Instead, it's about capturing 1 or 2 points. So Game Informer continues with, it starts off evenly matched. There's 2 teams fighting for 1 capture point, located right in the center of the map. Now, the map that they played on was called Peak, and it said it features a series of enclosed circular rooms with few entry points, making it difficult to siege any one of them without a coordinated assault. There are a few areas to explore outside of these rooms, but unless you're tracking someone down or looking to flank an approach on the center room, you should be focused on these circular rooms. Once a team manages to capture the center point, the team who didn't is put on the defensive. The point near the starting location becomes active, and if the team who captured the first point captures this one, they win the round. If the defending team manages to hold them off, however, they win instead. And they say this might sound a little unfair to the team who just captured a point, but consider that the defending team is at a disadvantage when holding off their opponents. They're spawning closer to the point, but in the matches that they played, the defending team had a debuff that extended their respawn timers, forcing them to strategize more carefully. This means that the defending team has to outplay the attacking team, which is their quote-unquote punishment for losing the initial point. However, the mode is not finalized, so it could still be subject to balance and structural changes. So as I mentioned, this is not going to ship with Forsaken, but I will link the full article with their opinions and the full raw gameplay in the description, so make sure to go check it out. So that's it, guys. I will see you guys later on this afternoon whenever the This Week at Bungie hits. I will be streaming it live right here on YouTube. Please leave me a like if you found this video helpful, and do me a favor, leave me a hashtag made it to the end. Drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter at Mesa Sean. Check out my stream, usually and always on YouTube, and that is it. I am out of here like Vladimir.